Hi, I'm Tamara from CCUA, and we are going to talk about growing wheatgrass today. Wheatgrass can be grown for a couple different reasons. The first one is wheatgrass's nickname's called catgrass. Cats love wheatgrass. It's definitely something that's safe for cats and animals alike, but cats are the number one reason why I think a lot of people want to grow their own wheatgrass. And then it's just a fun thing to grow with kids. It's super easy to grow. So I'm just going to walk you through kind of like how we have grown wheatgrass here at CCUA and how I've done it at home as well. I actually grew wheatgrass for wedding centerpieces about 11 years ago, and I've learned a lot since then, and especially in the last few weeks when we've done it here at CCUA for a few different things, I've learned some tips and tricks, so I'm happy to share them today. So the first thing you'll need to know is you can get wheatgrass seeds, but if you would rather just go to like our local neighborhood places, at any like natural food store, I got these at Clover's. You can just get these things that are called wheat berries, and I'll show you what they look like. I don't know if you can kind of see these, but these are wheat berries, and I'll get a little bit closer here at the end of the video. But you'll just want to get like organic wheat berries, and you'll put them in some sort of a container. And so I have one here that's been soaking. So the first step is to get your wheat berries, put them in a container. I normally do a mason jar, and then we're going to soak them in water like so. You're going to soak them for about 24 hours, and then after that you're going to drain off the water and continue to let them sprout. So I'll kind of show you what I mean by that. So what I did is I just cut a piece of fabric. You could do cheesecloth, you can do like a screen, but if you don't have any of that at home, you could do just like a scrap piece of fabric, which is what this is. I think it's an old sheet that got a hole in it that I just kind of use for projects around the house. Put it on, put the ring around it, and then I'm just going to drain the water out. So it will probably take a minute to like absorb into the fabric. But there we go. Okay, so drain the water out here, and then what we'll do is we'll put the lid back on it as best you can. It's not normally meant to have fabric, but I mean, this is fine. And then what we normally would do is I would tip this kind of like upright like this onto a table of some sort, and then do this for about 3 days. So the first day and every day you're going to rinse these, just for, give them like a quick rinse and repeat, and then stick them back in here like so. And basically what they're doing is they're getting the air circulating around so that they can sprout. And once you have your sprouted little sprouted wheatgrass things, they will look like this. I don't know if you can kind of see as they started to sprout. Trying to give you a good idea of kind of what they look like there. And then every day you just give them a nice mist. So I'll show you. It's really super easy, and I think it's something that's great that you can do with kids because it's fun, because it grows quickly. Like this is only, I think I started these about 4 or 5 days ago. Give them a nice good mist. I always mist them until they feel pretty darn damp. That's good. And then these, I'm just going to keep these wet. Now once they start to grow, they're going to need more water. That's something I've noticed, is that if I give them the same amount of water I did whenever they were just starting to grow, that they just don't get as thick and luxurious as I'd like them to. And then at any point, whenever you're ready to, you can go ahead and just cut them. And then there's a couple different things you can do. If you don't have a cat and you were just hoping to grow the grass with your kids, you can also put it in smoothies and juice it, kind of like you would spinach. So if you wanted to kind of just use this in place of spinach, you could. I think it has a little bit more of an earthy taste, and maybe kids wouldn't like it, but I think it depends. If you throw some pineapple in there, half a banana, a little bit of apple, I think you'd be surprised. And then you can call it like dinosaur juice, and it's super fun, and I think kids would really like it. So, but yeah, that's all there is about wheatgrass. If you try it, let us know how it went. If you have questions, let us know. I'm definitely not an expert, but there's people here that know a lot about this stuff here, about just growing in general. The one thing I forgot to add is that you'll want to put it in some sort of a container. Something a little bit deeper than these is probably better. Like this is better like for a deepness. The reason why I used these bowls is because we were going to use them for a fundraiser. So we wanted to put some wheatgrass in some bowls and use them for centerpieces, but it really depends on how tall you want it and really what your purpose is. If you're just doing this as like kind of an experiment at home with your kids, you can really use anything you want. If you're really trying to grow a lot for smoothies, I would go with a deeper one, because as you can see, it just has a lot more room to grow. And if you can find something with a hole in it, that's ideal. Unfortunately, I didn't want to poke holes in these, so they're still doing okay. I just make sure to not overwater them. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Plant, grow, and subscribe with us. And if you have any questions, always put them below in the comments and we'll get them answered. Thanks so much.